Hello, guys, can you hear me? Perfect. Thanks for confirming, man. We'll, I have, I'll just quickly check how many people we've got and give ourselves a couple of minutes before we get started. If you have trouble hearing me, just message chat in the chat. Okay, we've got roughly about 15 participants as of now. I'm thinking to wait another couple of minutes and just get going. And for everybody else, the recording is anyways been done. So we will definitely try and share the recording. And meanwhile, we'll just give ourselves another few minutes so everyone can join. Yes, we will upload the recording of the session in YouTube, hopefully. Hopefully, if I should be able to do that and share with you guys, so you guys have reference to this. Okay, cool. We'll get going. So welcome everyone. Thanks a lot for joining us and finding times to be able to be here and give us opportunity to talk to you all. We've got roughly about 16 and 17 now, so we're gradually getting people on board, and that's perfectly fine. We let people join while we do some basic talking and introduction, and then get into the real stuff. So yeah, the agenda that I have in my mind, and I'm open for all the feedback that to come through, is to be able to go in do some live back testing. So I'm keen on going at least a few weeks in the past and start running the live test for you all, and then start taking questions on board. I know a lot of you guys have had opportunity to trial the strategy, and I'm sure you must have had your own experiences as well, good or bad. And if at all possible, there would be some feedback that you guys would want to share. So we'll probably open up some time uh, for you guys as well, just to be able to talk and share some feedback. And you don't try and be as honest as you can, because it's all about learning and then trying to improve together. So I know that what we've got and what anyone else would ever have in the current times in the market would never be perfect. And so we don't intend to, or we don't consider ourselves one, and we would want to learn and get better every day. So that's the plan. Okay, let me know when you can see my screen. You guys happy with the plan? And then later half, when we get close to the end of it, we would share the subscription plan as well and just get some feedback onto how you guys feel about that. And then if there are questions, I would want to leave some time aside just for asking, taking some questions on board, and then also show you some of the work that we are still working on and some of the changes or enhancements that you would see us rolling out in future. So there's a lot of work that is being done alongside. So cool. I will share my screen. See if you guys can see it. Can you guys see my screen? Can you just confirm in the chat, please? Perfect. Thanks, man. Thanks for confirming. Cool. So what I've got here is, fortunate enough, I know a lot of people had challenges because of the monthly contract rollover. So on 29th of July, the July monthly contract was finished, and now we've got the August contract live. So a lot of you guys, I know, has had challenges in terms of being able to identify, to be able to backtest the data in the past because July contract was not available. You can't replay in the continuous future contract for the people who probably wouldn't know. Uh, but yeah, fortunately enough, I had the July contract in my watch list, so I could still access it. I don't know how long would that be available, but at least for today's session perspective, this was really helpful to have this available. So we can use, and I can play play it for you guys to see, and also take some questions aside in terms of repainting and stuff. I know a lot of people do that, and I've been there. I've seen it myself. I've bought strategies and paid for some which had been doing the similar kind of stuff. But and I just want to make sure that you understand this is not one of those. Cool. So you can see I'm looking at. I've just randomly gone to the start of the month because it's July contract would pretty much be liquid by 30th June or so. So that's where I'm currently at, and I would replay it, and you guys can see some of the signals been coming up, and then we can just go to some random dates hereafter. Just continue to do this, and then just talk about it. So if you see, we've just kind of gone through the signal that came on 30th July, 30th June, at around 1:43, and you can see here that it was a sale signal towards the end of the day. If you look at the first half of that day, same day as well, you could see that we had one buy signal here, which you can clearly see that uh, either based upon the strategy that we've got. So basically there are multiple rules around using the strategy, and there are different ways you can approach it. I normally call that as a passive and aggressive ways of dealing with it. The aggressive way of using the strategy is that you go and trade after the candle close, and you see that signals are confirmed once the candle is closed. So in this case, the signal was confirmed at 9:23. I normally prefer at times using passive method, and in that passive method, I usually wait for a follow-up candle to close above the high of the signal candles. In this case, I would expect a candle close at 35,245, and if you see, it didn't really happen here. So the follow-up candle didn't close above the high of the signal candle. So we can pretty much avoid such trading. So that's a passive way of trading, but the aggressive way, which most of the time people prefer using if they are using it for scalping or just the way that they have got their trading style, you would want to go and buy at least 10 points more than the high of the signal candle. So in a long signal, which is here, you see that the high is 245 roughly. So we would want to buy roughly at around 255, which would in this case would have been executed, and your SL would have been just right here. So either you put SL at the low of the signal candle plus 10 points, or if the signal candle is fairly small, which does happen at times, you would want to actually consider the previous candle or maybe the swing low, which is the nearest, just to give a decent SL. In Bank Nifty, it is very much required to always have some decent SL in place. Otherwise, the SL would be taken in no time. So in this case, the SL would have been taken in the third or the fourth candle, and then we just continue to wait. And then probably here, you could have had a sale opportunity, which would have given you some decent points here. But the good thing here is, like, after trading these two signals, the third signal which came around 1040 would have given us good decent points. If you consider here, the candle high is about 275. So 285 is when I would enter, which is roughly about here in this candle. And then from there, my target would have at least been to 1:2, which means that in this case, the 285 and the candle low is 240. So around 40, so around 80 points from 285. So yeah, and you can see we actually got 100 points. So 1:2 was definitely achieved. Same here. So in this case, this sale signal at 245, 1245 would not have been executed because you would go at least 10 points lower than the low of the signal candle. So if you check, the low is 223, I would at least buy at 213 or 210, and the next candle didn't make it towards. The next candle low was 217, so the trade would not have been executed, and we would wait further. In this case, the trade would have been executed, and it's very likely that we would have given the SL. So we would had 2 SL so far and 1 profit, but you can see our SL is fairly small compared to our profit. So we are at least targeting 1:2, 1:3 here, like you see in this trade. But our SL is pretty much candle low, the signal candle low and some buffer. And there comes the beautiful signal at 143, which you would enter in very next candle at 144 at about, so low is 136, at about 125, which you would have had executed in this candle. And your SL would have been at high plus 10. So high was 217. So I would put SL at 35,230, roughly about that much. I would probably put a round figure SL just to be on safer side. So somewhere here, which is a decent place. And then you can see it had made a low, and it just kept on falling till the end, and it went up to 895. And then you could have trailed it here, you could have trailed it here, you could have trailed it here, and then eventually you could have booked it somewhere here before day ends, like about 3 o'clock or whatever. Even if you would have booked it at this candle, it gave a decent amount of points. So it's kind of 200 points, roughly 150 points captured. So we had roughly, if you see, we captured 250 points and we gave up about 80 points out of it. So it's still you're left with around 150, 170 points for the end of the day, which is what is really kind of important. So we trade all the legit signals with a known strict stop loss, and we are aiming at least 1:2 to start with, and then we start trailing after that to ensure at times you could get lucky with 1:5 and 1:10 as well. This is 30th June. And then let's find, where is July's data? Is this kind of helpful, guys? So far, what we have been talking, is this in line with what you thought we should be discussing today? If you got anything particularly that you would want me to emphasize on or share, please keep writing in the chat so it becomes kind of more more interactive. I just don't want to go and just continue to run my own agenda today. I would want you guys to know, like, get a say in this as well. So just keep writing if you think something that you would want me to try or test, or probably you can unmute yourself and just talk, so that you guys get best of the sessions as well. So I'm quickly going to go and start from 1st July. Okay. So now the 1st July kind of started, and you would see one of the things you probably are missing here right now, which would be made available with the next version of our script that's coming out. The 1st of July, we have opened with the sale signal on. So if you see the last signal from the previous day was sale, like check out here. So on 30th June, the sale signal which came at 143 is still active. So when the 1st July the market opened, we didn't had any buy signal, and you would see the prices falling from the start point itself. That means the sale signal is on, and within the first 2 candles or whatever, you can go and short the market with keeping the next candle high as the stop loss plus some buffer. So I would say, like, but with the next version of the script, you would actually see that new sale signal would be made available as well. So you would actually see a sale signal here, which is what my counterpart Dhaval is working on, and he's on the call as well. So he's my technical hand who works into the coding part of it. I'm not a coder. So we've got a version of that script pretty much available that we will be showing us today at some point in time. And so you see, we probably would have shorted here with the 3rd candle at 917, keeping the candle high as the stop loss plus some buffer somewhere here. And you can clearly see there's the first signal itself, which we would have entered around 920. I would roughly say give or take 920. Actually gave up roughly about 100 points just to start with. So that's how you trade the continuation signal. Not only this, but also the fact that if you have the appetite, you can carry forward your position, and you would see at a lot of instances in the past as well. And we would see that now that a lot of the times when we end up a signal at the day end, the market kind of opens in that same direction next day. So either if we end up in a buy, you would see market gaps up, and we would see the buy is kind of paying off, and the vice versa when it comes to sale. So that's how it started on 1st of July. So I would say roughly if you're not able to capture 100 points, I would expect you to at least capture this candle and give you at least good 70, 80 points to start with in the morning itself. And then we get the next buy signal, and I can replay that for you. Just one sec. So let's let me replay this so you guys can see how the Y is formed, and I will pause just now. So see the buy signals come at 9:36, and the candle high is at 905. I would just round off to a price. So I would try and enter about 915. That would be my entry price, and that would get triggered in somewhere in this candle, which is what we currently have on the screen, 941. And my SL is going to be, in this case, candle low, which is about 900. So 900 is a good round figure. So I would go and without much of hesitation put SL at 34,890, because 900 being a round figure, 890 gives me a good SL, because as you would expect round figure to be defended. And then I would just I would be in this trade. So if you can imagine my trade, I'm entering at 915, and my SL is at 890. So about 25 points SL. That's about it. That's all we're really kind of risking at this point in time. And you can now, let's see how much we end up making with this one. So if you say 25, and if you only look for 1:2, we've actually made a high of 975, which gives you 50 points. So that's roughly where you would try and make sure that you've started kind of booking some of your profit, if not all, and started trailing. So So again, 1:2 was very much done. So we had good 70, 80 points, 100 points in the morning, and then about good 75, about 50, 60 points in the second trade. So that's how your 1st of July kind of started with. Let's continue, see. And then we had a sale signal. But now if you see the sale signal as it came here, just reading some of the comments as well. Narendra, it's not scalping. That depends. So we are not really kind of entering and exiting. We have a fixed SL and we've got a fixed target with us. If the target is achieved within less than a minute, then definitely we are booking one. I do that as well a lot of times. If I get lucky with an algo move in my direction, I probably end up squaring off my trade in less than 5 minutes. But you can hold up a trade, which you would have seen me doing if you're following the Telegram for at times so many hours as well, and I'm trying to chase up a particular label. And you would see that we'll be talking about it. I'll show you how I do some labels and try and make best use of those labels along with the strategy. I don't scalp, and this strategy is not specifically done for scalping, but definitely scalpers can make use of it. And then we've got the sale signal, which is what you guys see, and looks like this is where our SL would have been taken. So if we go with that candle low SL, this is where the SL would have been taken, but the trade it's still kind of going in our favor. So part of the game. So this is pretty much 1st of July. And then it just kind of continues for rest of the day. So I'm going to quickly pause here and then see if we can probably just continue to look at other days. So yeah, so this is how really this strategy works in terms of giving the signal, and and this is how the execution rules are, like what I've been talking in terms of candle lows and candles high, and that's what you put in place. And like look at this 1st of July, then the next we have had some of noise, so we've gone through this. Then on 2:35 we had a very good signal again, which would have given, like if you enter at about 900 as well, 34,900, and you ended up at, sorry I can't see the chart, 823. So again 80 points in the end when the market finishes. And now see the beauty here, like I mentioned again. So 1st of July, we ended up with the sale signal. They finished off with the sale. You see how the market behaved on 2nd July. So sale signal continued, and you can see the fall straight off. So even if you have carry forward the positions, which I normally never do, but if someone did, then they can probably take some kind of guidance with these signals. But if not, then the very first thing in the morning when you see the market opens in the first few candles itself, with a candle of a decent size where the SL is minimum, you can take a risk and enter. So I would probably, normally I would wait for a couple of candles to finish, and I would probably enter in this candle or this candle, which gives me a very decent risk to reward ratio. So if I enter in the 3rd or the 4th candle, I hardly have any risk involved in this case. I have got less than 20, 30 points risk. And against that, see how many points we would have captured. So around 870, and this is like 120 points. Even if you can't, no one can go to the bottom, but at least you would go and capture at least 80 to 100 points in this trade, like we did on the 1st of July as well. And then you have no signals through the day, which means personally, I would never go long. If I don't have a signal and the short signal is on, I would never prefer going longs, as much as the market kind of kept trending and it's more of a sideways behavior. I would never go long. And then see, there is a buy signal here at about 12 o'clock, and you can see even that kind of paid off really well. So even if you enter at 9:30, roughly about this level, and you can go up to this, which is again another 100 points, and then you have another good sale signal here. So even so 2nd of July, there absolutely has been no SL, and you've been able to make 1:2, 1:3 on each trade. This buy signal that you see could have been a trouble if based upon how the high, let me check the high of this signal, 960 to about 970, I will execute the trade, which would never get triggered. See, none of these candles made up to 970, and I would have just canceled my order after before 3 o'clock. So pretty much 2nd July, we ended up making all the profits. I didn't count the total, but you would have ended up booking at least 250 to 300 points just by trading these signals without much of a stress, without much of putting your brains in. You can actually very conveniently book the profit. And based upon your style of trading, you can either scalp, you can hold the trade for the target, you can continue to pyramiding, and depends how you trade. So that you can always use this. Now see the beauty, like I mentioned, again, the third day in conjunction. 2nd July, we ended up on buy, right? Who would have thought that on 2nd July, on 3rd of July, what the market would behave? And look at the beauty here. Market opened straight away, gap up, and we had a buy signal day prior. And that's exactly what I was talking about. That the end signal gives you good indication of what you might see the next day morning. And look at this beauty. Like again, I tell you, I would wait for a couple of candles and then enter at the best price and put my SL at a reasonable place. And then look at the beauty. The buy signal just continue to go higher and higher, and the whole day, even if you enter at this level or this level, even if you enter at the higher prices, about 160, 170, I would say, look at this, 100 points, easy in your pocket, and you would have sustained through the whole day, no worries at all. And then this signal, if we go and think about shorting the market at 172, 162, this maybe there was an SL here, but again the buy signal came here, and then again it gave you very decent points. So third of, again, you made good money on second, you made good money on this is fifth. So fifth continues to be a decent day as well. We really are making good money here. Look at this. We've captured the whole flow, like 234, and then market went up to 350. Look at this. So you would have, if you would held the trade, just even this particular price, you would have again made another 100 points here. See the beauty again, like I said, we finished fifth on buy signal, and look at on 6th what happened. Look at the 6th of July. So it gave you very good indication of how and what you should be looking out for the next day. Look at 6th, and the buy signal continues. You buy anywhere in first of these 3 candles. I would prefer the 4th candle, but you can probably enter at the 3rd candle as well. That's a decent size, and enter at around 450 and put your SL somewhere here, which is about just about 50 points a sale. Look at the beauty. Look at the beauty. I can't even count, like it's bloody 300 points by now. And it just continues. So even 6th. So we've had to 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th of July. 6th again, look at this. We finished with the buy. We continued in the buy zone. You're just holding the position. Even one lot carry forward would have minted money. Look at this. 6th. You enter any of these candles, put the SL at a decent place and just continue to trade. Look at this. This is 6th of July. And we had no noise whatsoever. And then coming on 6th, the beauty is right here. So when on 6th towards the day end at 310, you had the sale signal. If at all you have, normally I would not prefer trading after 310, 315. But if you have an appetite based upon however the day you had, here also you had roughly good 50, 60 points. If someone wants to really scalp it, they could have done it in the end as well. Look at this beauty on 7th. Look at this beauty. So this came, and if we enter somewhere here, 625, 630, it went to 800 straight away. So that's 7th. So far we had been making money absolutely every day possible. If you think about this signal, you might think that this is not worth it, but if you think from risk to reward perspective, I would say this is worth it, because it is 35, 672 is a 672 is the low. So you would actually enter at 660, and your SL is just going to be about 672, 87, about 17, 16, 26 points. So from here, 660, it went up to 616. So you actually have again made 1:2 here. So if you're aiming for 1:2, 1:3, and you start trailing after 1:1 to your price, or bring your SL close, which is where you minimize your risk, you would make money right here as well. Not only the fact that you already had made money in the morning, which was decent enough, but if you're a late starter, this would have given you good for 40, 50 points with some decent position sizing. And then again, beauty starts at 11 o'clock. So look at this one. You enter somewhere here, and then you put your SL here. And like, again, I said, see, look at this candle size. This is fairly small. I wouldn't go and put an SL just below this candle. I would actually take this candle as my SL. I would want to give some decent SL. And then look at this. 700 if I enter, 820. And then it just continues the whole day. Even if you're holding it through the day, if at all you have an appetite, it has gone up to 886. So you can count how many points would we have captured from the morning till the afternoon, about good 200 to 300 points done on 7th of July as well. This sale signal on 8th of July would not have counted, because you would not have been executing the trade below the low. The order would have been pending, and immediately the buy signal came, so the sale would not have taken your stop loss. Actually, the trade would not have been executed. This buy is likely to so when you trigger buy at this candle is likely to take the trade in 924, and I would actually normally prefer not to trade in such a candle, because see, the candle size is about good 100 points. As 910 is the high and 811 is the low. So it's 100-point candle, which means if you add 10 points buffer, you're putting 110 points SL if you're trading this candle. At times when the candle is about this size, I wait, because I normally know for sure there would be slight correction straight after if there is no follow-up, which is exactly what has happened. So if personally, I would not have traded 100 points candle signal. So I would have skipped this and waited for another one, or actually would have waited for some retracement to enter. So either or, even if I consider this as a stop taken out about 110 points, which would not have been too much of a bothering to me. But if you see the candle, then you see at 10:23 we had a good sale signal. You would enter the trade at 35,920 or 915, 815, sorry, which would have been initiated in this candle roughly, and your SL would have been what? Your SL would have been high of this candle somewhere here, or at times I would prefer putting it here. See, it's like 50 points, 40, 50 points here, either here or here. I would go and put my SL and wait patiently, and that's it. Look at the fall after that. Look at the fall. So even if you would have lost this trade, which could have been disheartening, which would have been first time in last many sessions that we've just looked at. By the time you get here, look at how many points you would have minted. So 810 roughly, and then market came up to the whole day just kept falling. Whole day just kept falling. Look at that. Look at that. Let me check what. About 500, good 500 to 550 points. That's a beauty. That's what we did on 8th. So we lost 100 points in the beginning, which was a good trap for the people to go long. And if at all, we would have been trapped as well, perfectly fine. But then market gave us good 500, 400 to 500 points in return straight after. So you would have recovered all your losses. Plus you would have ended up at least 200 to 300 points in profit based upon your trading style. You could have scalped multiple times. You could have held your trade with trailing stop losses. You could have minimized your risk, kept waiting for a particular level to come, and that's how you make money. This is the 8th of July. Let's see what 9th looks like. There is bloody 9th. Look at this again. So sale continues. So we saw the sale signal was the only signal that we had in the 8th when the market finished, and you see a gap down opening and straight fall. Again, because the sale was the signal that I'm trading, I would actually go and enter somewhere here. The third candle, like I always say, wait for the first two candles to finish, wait for a candle which is a smaller size, and then you go and trade it. So I would put my SL somewhere here, 180, enter here, 141, and then look at this. Easy 150 points. I would have gone ahead with. This buy signal would not have been traded, because you go and put your trade order somewhere here, which will never be executed. So even if you come out of the trade here, and if you're shorted here, that's 150 points before the buy signal. So somebody might say that you had a buy signal, why would you continue with the short trade? You don't have to. So 150 points with the stop loss of only 25 points in against, it's worth risking. Same thing with the sale signal. Like if you see this sale signal 948, it would not have been traded, because you will put the limit order below the low plus 10 or below the low minus 10, which would be around 970. Price never went to 970, and then we had a straight away buy signal on 9th at 10 o'clock. And look at this beauty again. If you enter at 140, 35,140, it went to 372. That's again good 230 points. So that is what you would have captured with the second trade of the day. So first trade 150, then 230, and then again this would have either yeah, this could have taken your stop loss, likely, very likely. So roughly about 40-50 points off your total profit. This would have paid off really nicely. Look at this nice small doji, and then you put SL somewhere here. So we enter after the fourth candle low with a 10-point buffer. It's not fourth exactly. I would skip first two for sure, because the first two candles usually are quite big in the beginning. I would wait for a smaller candle, because I need to wait. I need to make sure that my RR ratio is decent. I'm just answering the question in the chat group. If people just confused why what I'm talking about, I'm just answering the question in the chat group. So basically, when you are trading on a continuation signal from the previous day, which are beautiful trades as you can see it, and that will just make your day good to start with, I would wait for a smaller size candle and not enter a candle which has got 50-60 points body in it, because that means my SL is way too long, and my reward ratio, risk to reward ratio would not look great. If answer, is that okay? Does that answer your question? Cool. So maybe the signal at 11:22 would have been an SL hit. Let's see how many points. Like we've captured a good about 200 to 30 points already, but if this would have taken around 40 points off the pocket, nothing to worry. And then we've got this beauty coming in. We will enter around 220-ish, and look at this 360, another 140 points, easy. Even if you wait till this good reversal, if you're trading with some logical minds, and if you would have drawn this line, you would know when to exit the trade. I'll show you how I would trade these signals. I would sit here. This is the day high. I would sit nicely here. I've seen this rejection already happening when I'm trading this signal. Look at this. I'm trading this signal. I've seen this rejection. This was the high, good rejection. I would book my trade somewhere here. So you would always be confused when to, like, that's how I trade. I would wait for some decent level, because I would have moved my SL to my price and I would have been trailing somewhere here anyways. So I'm always in profit. And then somewhere here, then I'm waiting when I see this rejection near this particular price. I would actually start booking my trade, and then I would not lose my profit when this fall comes along. Similarly here, when I'm trading this buy signal, I exactly know where the market has made the high. So I would start getting cautious at this price. So when the market goes to 35,340, I would start getting cautious. And you can clearly see there was a good rejection. So hence you would not be, so there should not be any confusion in terms of when to book the trade. If you know basic price action and can draw some support and resistance, you would be able to see very clearly how this level's been acting as a strong resistance, and you would try and book this trade here. So again, you can capture 140 points. So though you lost some 40 points here, 100, 120, about good 200, about another 100. So that's 400. Just keep counting. This trade won't be executed. And then it's after 230. I would not be bothered with these candles, because this candle's got a good body in it. So if I try and enter, I would not get much, and then it's already 240. So I would not be bothered to trade. I would skip the signals after 230, 240, 300. If I have made good money in the beginning, I would not be risking my profit in those times. I know it could get really tricky when the market is trading after 240, 245, 3 o'clock. If I've made 200, 300 points in the beginning, I would just skip the signals and just forget it. Now, as I've mentioned again and again, last signal was 240 buy signal, and look at the market. Look at the market. Needless to say, you can see the market gapped up. We closed around 266 and the market opened at 373. So around good 110 points gap up. So if you would have carried forward just looking at this, this would have given you 110 points to start with. And then we had a sale signal. This seems to be taking SL. I have not calculated, but this definitely would have taken SL out, because you enter here. Even if your SL is somewhere here, it is likely to be taken out somewhere in these candles. You would have lost the trade, and then you would just wait through the day. This one looks like an SL as well. So maybe this could have been another one. So you had two in the beginning, doesn't matter. And then because we didn't really make money in the beginning, I would go and trade this one. So I would probably enter here 461, and then I would capture 100 points. So that means probably would end up on no profit, no loss day on this day, which is one of an exception since we've tested these many days from the start. And you can see the market is pretty sideways. Look at the beauty. We are trading 1 minute time frame. And then when the market is sideways, wherein most of the strategies would continuously give you buy and sell, we had only 3 signals, one of which actually gave you 100 points. So that's the beauty that we've got. Again, needless to say, market finished on with the sale signal, gap down. Look at this, gap up and then gap down. Sale, and we had a gap down opening. Look at this. And since it was a sale signal, I would wait for first few candles. Look at these bodies. I would wait, some retracement. I already have I already have this level which I drew to trade on 9th of July, right? So I know if I'm trading every day that 35,340 is an important level, right? So I know this. Look at this. This was the line we draw on 9th of July. And I could see that market went as to that level. I had a continuation sales signal. I would very, very happily short it here and put 30, 40 points SL at the top. And this just wait and look at the fall. Look at the fall. Look at the day, the beauty. Look at the day, how we traded. You trade here. This is the day low. That's where you would get cautious. And then again, if you go in short here, you had another good trade, about 50, 60 points. So all you have to do is just wait. The whole day, there was no signals, no noise at all whatsoever. And it is a perfect day when we will not go long. We will just wait for shorting opportunities. This is 12th. I'm not adding the point, guys. I would let you guys do it when you feel comfortable, when you have the strategy with you. But look at this. We had some noise in the beginning. So there was a sideways behavior. You can clearly see it. But if you see this buy would not get executed, this sale would get executed, would actually give you 1:1, and you might not make much of a loss, or at least come out in your price, because there was SL wouldn't have been taken out at this level, and it came down to this level. So you probably could end up with some point, or at least come to your price. But look at this buy. Even if you had some noise, and this is very good indication, if you have been around and you've been trading Bank Nifty for a while, if you see once we've entered in a box, which is what has happened here. How do I draw it? See, once we've entered in a box, which is what has happened here. Look at this. We were absolutely trading in a zone, actually much smaller zone. Look at this. This is roughly about 60-point zone. So this should tell you that there is a blast that is likely to happen, and this is exactly what happened here. So we had a buy signal here, and once you wait, you put your order 10 points above, which will get executed in this big candle at about 35,600. Say let's take that as a round figure. Look at this beauty, 200 points. Even if you would have lost 40, 50 points here because of some of these noises, all paid off, which is what I always say, that if you have lost in the beginning, a market is showing some sideways behavior, you can actually put some brains here and see why is it so, and wait for some good breakdown or breakouts, and then when you get a good trading opportunity, just jump onto it. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. So sale to start with, right in the morning, short it here, good 70, 80 points. We've captured the other side as well. We go long here. Your SL is not far, just right here, 40 points SL. And look at this. Look at this, where we end up on that day. 200 points, easy on your pocket. Easy on your pocket. No brains, nothing that you need to worry about. Buy continues. See, from 14, the buy continues. Price open at the previous day close. I would look for an opportunity. Like I always say, the third candle is the candle I would prefer to trade on. Comparatively much smaller candle. I would not go and go long on the bearish candle. This is a bearish candle, 916. This is a very decent candle at 917. It took a good support from the bottom, very long wick. I would go long somewhere here at about 35,780. My stop loss would have been 740, 730, somewhere here, roughly about 40, 50 points SL. Look at this. Look at this. And look at this, where you would have ended up on that day. Beautiful day. And there's no ways you could have missed any of this action. And then I would just probably just let the day pass by, because I've made absolutely decent money on the day itself. Look at this, 16. So we're done with 15, made money. No concerns. Now, most of these signals are non-tradable, so I'm just skipping them forward because see, look at this. Low of this candle is not broken. High of this candle is probably low of this candle is not broken. You might have entered. I would have skipped 3 o'clock candle trade because I made good money in the morning. I would not have bothered. Any particular time, Uma is asking, any particular time, any noise or any repeated signal, buy or signal is better to draw box and look out for trade. I haven't had drawn any analogy, Uma. Honestly, I would leave it to you guys. If at all you guys kind of figure out something logical enough. Honestly, I haven't really done that much. I would not be lying. I have got multiple trading strategies that I use. This is one of many I use. Uh, so so if I see that on a particular day, and also you would probably be able to figure out a sideways behavior looking at how the market is behaving from the beginning. So if the market goes sideways in the first half of the day, then I'm really expecting a blast in the second half, which means I would look forward for a signal in the second half after 11:30 or so. And then once that signal comes, it just goes absolutely mad. And same, if it just kind of goes, if you've made good money, that's exactly what I've mentioned. If you made good money in the beginning and you've met your daily target, stay out. And I think someone did ask me a while ago, do I trade every signal? And I said, I don't. I just trade my targets. Once I've achieved those, I would not be bothered to trade everything. Look at this beauty on 16th. Look at this beauty. Who would tell you to short the market in the second candle? I'm not even bothered to count the points, but these are way too many. And we've just been making profit every day since the time we've been back testing it. And this is, remember guys, this is 1 minute. This is not 3 minutes, this is 1 minute. Look at this beauty. Sale continues. Sale continues. Only one signal on 16th. No noise, nothing whatsoever. You are not trapped to go long, which is exactly what people would do when they would see this kind of retracement. That is where they will get trapped. They will go long and then get trapped at the very high prices, and then that's it. You lose money all the way. A lot of stress. Look at this. Sale continues and gap down. Look at this. Look at this gap down. 800 to 400 points gap down. Who would tell you that? We had one signal, sale continued through the day, and the next day we gap down. Even the buy signal, say there was a sale continuation, and you could have looked out for a sale opportunity, and I probably would have gone short somewhere here. Maybe I would have got my stop losses done at 928. I would go long here at around 380, 346, good 60 points. Look at that. And look at this beauty then. Look at this beauty on 19th. It came down from an important price of 345, which have been an important price since 9th of July. We've just marked it together. It wasn't on the chart. And you can see the prices went up, couldn't sustain, came down, took good rejection. And you had your sale signal coming right after. That's your opportunity. Around 12 o'clock. Look, I told you, if it behaves in a certain ways until about 12, the signal you get it straight after is that signal that you never wanted to miss. Look at this. You're going short here, 850, 250 roughly, you would be able to get that price. 969, 950. I would say why that much? Say 35,000. Even if that much you can hold, that's bloody 200, 250 points. You would have captured the fall just like that. Again, we made money. I would not be bothered to go long. I would never be. I made money. I would not be bothered about these signals. Again, the beauty. Look at this. The third candle before the day finished told you it's a sale. Look at the market next day morning. 250 up, around 200 points gap down. It's been consistently enough. We've proven that we can predict how the market can open next day without much of a stress, without much of any analysis whatsoever, like people do OI analysis and tool, very expensive tool, and lot of thinking, lot of stress goes in. We don't really have to go through all of that. Look at this. Sale continues. I would go in short here. Third candle, beautifully small candle, about good 30, 40 points I sell, not even that much. And ride the whole day. You look at this. Short here, 34,840. 400 point, guys, 400 points. I didn't even count how many points we've captured so far. Look at this. Finished, day done. Again, you have a shorting opportunity. 20th. Again, buy won't be traded. If it didn't, we could not have had order executed at 9690. Sale continues. Look again, how many points? Bloody 200. This day itself is good for month. I know trader who trade for 40, 50 points every day. This day itself with our strategy in place would have given you more than 600 points. Look at this. Look at this. 22nd. We open the market. We open and we have a signal with least possible risk. You entered at 790, 780, 790, SL 750, 40 points, 250 points if you can capture. And then market turns the ways. You short here, wait, another 200 points. Okay, so that's 22nd done. We are on 23rd. Look at that. We opened up the first candle itself. We got a shorting opportunity. I would wait. I would short with the second candle. My SL would be here. And 540, 400, another 140 points. Straight market reverse the ways. We go buy. We'll go long here. We'll wait here. The candle size is decent. We could actually take that risk. It's not that much heavy on the pocket. 665, 670. We go high, 900, and another 250, 300 points. Done for the day? Not yet. Trade this, make another 200 points, 600 point done again. And if you continue to hold, like someone asked, if it is for scalping, you can see yourself. Is it for scalping? We're making 300, 400 points in many trades. And we've had so many of those already now. Look at this. Look at this. This candle, enter here, SL here, candle size not big. I would probably put SL here, ride the whole day. I'm not counting the points. You can see ride the whole day. You can't book here, you wait for here, you book here. You had many opportunities to book the trade in profit. And then the market went sideways. Look at the beauty. We had no signals whatsoever. No signal whatsoever throughout the day. No noise. When the market was sideways, we were not asking you to trade, which is exactly what people would do. Get trapped in this situation. This is the worst for option buyer. This is the worst for option buyer. You get trapped here, nothing worse than that. We had no signal whatsoever. We made money in the morning, we're staying out. That's it, we're done. Look at this. This signal, you won't be able to trade. Or if you, oh no, sorry. This was the signal candle. You might enter here and then this gave you out 100 points. If you can't book, you could book somewhere here with the, and there was hardly any risk. Look at the size of the candle. Hardly any risk involved. High was 115 and low was 192. The candle size itself was about 23 points. So even if you put 25 points SL, it gave you 1:3, easy. This buy, again, gave you more than 1:2. I can just look at by my eyes and tell you that. Look at that, 180. So again, came on a very small candle. So risk is absolutely minimum. And look at the fall after that. Look at this. Who would capture this? Look at this. 35,070, 80, 700. I would say 300 points roughly. So we're done for the day on 27th as well. And then it just continues. Look at this. 28, the sale signal continued. I would wait for the third candle. This is the candle I would go in short. Third or the fourth candle here. My SL is right here. Around 30, 40 points SL, 34,650. And then we made bloody good 500 points, 450 points. Look at this. Same, this paid off. This might be SL, this paid off, doesn't matter. We've made 500-600 points in the day already. This is a very big signal, very big candle. We've already discussed this kind of a candle. So if I was you, I would not be bothered. This won't get triggered. This won't get triggered. And probably it's going to end up being like a pretty much a sideways market. And maybe some of these candle would have taken some of your SL. And this would be one of an exception through the month. And we're done with the expiry for the whole July. We've back tested the whole month, but pretty much. And you can see how many days you would have ended up being in loss, and that's hardly any. If I didn't really see more than 2 or 3 days that you could have ended up being in loss, but number of points that we've captured if you add them all together, which I know we've done it for 1 week, since the time we went live was about 3,000 points. But if you add it for the whole month, I would not be surprised if we've done more than 5,000 to 6,000 points in a month. The good thing is we can avoid sideways. The good thing is we can avoid being trapped. We can avoid being using too many tools. We can just use one simple method, one simple tool, and we can trade. It's pretty much a stress-free trading, and you don't have to put a lot of your brains with just a very simple knowledge of risk management, where you want to put your SL, where you want to grab your target. And if you're able to draw and identify swing lows and swing highs and some important price in the last trading sessions or a week, and then just keep them available to yourself, you can do everything. That's exactly how I trade. That's exactly what this strategy makes possible. Cool. I'm just going to take a quick pause here. I've been talking for a very long time. Any questions, guys? You can unmute yourself and start talking.
Saurabh, Mohan, hi. Can you hear me?
Am I audible?
Yeah, now you can hear. Can you hear me?
Talking to myself.
Saurabh?
It's someone talking. I can't hear. I can't hear.
One of the screen is blocking your chat, Saurabh. That is what I think they wanted to explain. I think you have shared only the chat, not the other one.
Dhaval, can you hear if someone's talking?
Can you able to hear me, Saurabh?
Would you be able to explain how to avoid getting stuck in the sideways? Saurabh, can you hear? We can hear you. Okay, thanks, Mohan. Unfortunately, I can't hear if someone was talking. See, Mohan, like you have seen, we've tested the whole month, right? Pretty much all 20 trading sessions. I started from pretty much 29th of June, and then we've ended up till 29th of July. And you've seen few of those days were sideways, and you can see some behavior here, right? Just going randomly. You can see this is a sideways market, right? You had no signals whatsoever, right? So you're not going to trade. So if you're following the strategy by the discipline, you won't trade. That's how you avoid the sideways market. So I'm not going to tell you that while you use my strategy, use these 3 more indicators or this particular ways of identifying sideways. You don't have to. You have the signals, and you just have to apply the execution rule, which I would be providing in return as well, so you guys don't forget it. But the later version of the script or the strategy would provide all of those automated, which I'll show you in some time, that how the next version of the script is going to look like. It is pretty much work in progress. But then none of that you need to worry about. It will tell you when to enter, what price to enter, where your SL should be, and you can easily go and grab 1:2, 1:3. And if you have the risk appetite and got some more experience riding the flow, then you might be able to end up with 1:10 as well. With 40 points SL, I've shown you guys you can capture 400 points, which is just amazing. Which is the beauty why we are here, really. I didn't really talk about myself much. That should have been the first part to kind of get myself introduced to you guys. I thought a lot of you guys have been in contact with me for a while, so you probably would know me already. But yeah, now I'll just probably start with introduction while you guys are thinking about some more questions. I'm Saurabh Srivastav, and I am an aviation expert, not a trading expert. I've been in aviation industry for last 16 years. I have worked for major airlines in the world like Air Canada, Malaysian. I'm currently working with Air New Zealand, and I'm in Auckland, New Zealand, and I've been living here for last 2 years. Trading has happened to me by coincidentally. So I was never meant to be a trader. I never wanted to be a trader. I happened to pick up my dad's portfolio after he left, and just because I was taking care of it, I started kind of looking into it more, and then I started learning about trading in 2020. So I have not been in the market for a very long time. It's probably a year and a half, roughly, give or take, that I've been in the trading industry, and I started liking it. So it kind of became a passion eventually and a hobby. And then connecting to like-minded people like you had made it both. I am a strategy maker. That's my passion. I'm not a technical person. I've got a friend on the call as well today. He's Dhaval Tanna. He's my partner in crime. So he would be doing all the technical bit. I would just be helping him to visualize things, and he's really good at kind of making it happen. And then I've been blessed with a lot of people. I believe Aru is on the call as well. If he's not, Aru has been my mentor, and I had opportunity to learn from a lot of other people as well. And yeah, everyone here and beyond this have contributed to this journey so far. So I can't take any credits myself. It's just the journey, and I've always been learning. So that's about me. So trading for me is passion and hobby. I'm not a full-time trader. I have got a job. I live a very decent life. I'm not relying on any money that comes from trading. I've never withdrawn any money that has come from trading for my personal use. Not the intention as of yet either. So I like doing this. I enjoy doing this. I don't trade all the time. I trade when I feel like trading. I trade when I know it's the right time to trade. And it's fun. I enjoy what I do. But other than that, I've got 2 daughters. I live with my wife here. I've got pretty active and pretty good social life. So we kind of enjoy all the aspects of life, just not get engaged with one thing. So that's me. And that's the reason you would probably see me at times just not responding in time, or not get too involved in certain conversations and whatsoever, because we're just catching up with our normal activities and just not always doing trading. But yeah, for us, it's passion. At least for me and Dhaval, it is something that we really, really enjoy to the core. Dhaval's, again, I've got a very decent life here. He lives here, he works here. He's been in New Zealand for much longer than I have. And he's got a full-time job as well. And for both of us, it's a hobby. So we do this in our own times, but we've been trying to do this as much as possible and trying to get something out for the community as well. In the future, you would see we would be trying to run some training programs for our community and our family. Most of that would just be free. We're not going to charge for any trainings whatsoever. But this is something that we have got some commercial aspirations with. So we're going to make this available on subscription base, which I'll be talking in the end. And then we've got a proper plan for this one. So as we come from professional backgrounds, both of us have worked in the industry for such a long time. We do have a proper roadmap for our product, and we kind of know where exactly we're leading this to. So we will be talking about that as well, and you guys see something really fascinating coming out. So it doesn't end here. Like I've said, this is one of many strategies we have got in our plates, and this has been something that we've been able to create like almost a year before and have now matured enough that we can come out in the market. But we've got something very, very fascinating in progress. Absolutely amazing. Like if I talk about the results of one of my strategies, again, that's not I've been taught, which is under the automation as of now. We're working on the scripting part of it. It has produced 20,000 plus points in last 5 months. Yes, guys, 20,000 plus points. That's the potential we're talking. 20,000 plus points in Bank Nifty in last 5 months. I've got all the backtest results, and we are in the process of scripting and automating that as well. But the eventual goal for us is to move into algos. So Dhaval's very aggressively working on building up an algo framework and make that available for all of us. So that would be eventual goal, because with our time differences and the time zone that we live, me and Dhaval at least, it's not possible for us to do manual trading for a long run. So we definitely are relying on some automation, and which kind of makes life simpler. We have absolute trust on our strategy, and we can let the algo do the trading for us, and we just do the refinements and fine tuning and monitoring later on. That's our vision. That's how we see ourselves growing. Cool. So introduction's done, backtesting is done. Any questions, anything that you would want us to emphasize now before we move into maybe what next? I definitely have got few strategies that I can show you, some of which are in progress, some of which we are going to be releasing pretty soon, and then we get to the subscription part pretty soon. Guys, I think I have not been able to hear. what you guys are talking. You might have to type for me if you have any questions, or can we use it for Nifty futures? It does work in Nifty future. I can quickly show you, but also I've just started working on the Nifty script, which is based upon the fundamentals of the same thing. But it does work much better in Nifty. So let me show you that very quickly while you ask that question. Just give me 1 sec, guys. Let me set up for Nifty and I'll share my screen again. I'll quickly show you how it behaves in Nifty so you guys get a good idea of what it does in Nifty as well. We've got this one is something that I've just started working and refining, because Nifty has got some nuances, like, you know, the strategy that we've written has got a lot of things in it. It has got volumes, it has got momentum, it has got support resistance, it has a trend identification, it has got a lot many things involved. So with that, and since you would understand how Nifty and Bank Nifty are different to each other, so I have to create a different version of it for Nifty itself, which is what I've done. Let me see. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna go. Oh, cool. Thanks for confirmation, guys. Okay. This is a very similar version. This is a very similar strategy, but it's been fine-tuned for Nifty. Which I'm just gonna go quick glance. Look at this. Look at this. 27 July, and we've captured the big fall. 28th, we've captured the return. We've got some sideways behavior here. And then again on 29th, we captured this. 20, again the very next day, we were able to capture this. And this was the last day we captured the whole thing, and then the whole fall as well in the end. So we've got a version for Nifty going on. I have to refine this a little bit. It has the parameters for this one needs to be fine-tuned slightly better. You can see there is a little bit of tendency of noise when the sideways market comes, and you can see a lot of noise here. But it does give a lot of profit still, even if you do this. Look at this 20 second, captured everything. So you'll get a decent good 30 to 40 points captured with this strategy in Nifty as well. I'm not a Nifty trader, so I need to really kind of emphasize a little bit on that. This one, spend time and understand the volatility of the market to fine tune the parameters for the strategy to work properly in Nifty. But that's in progress, because I had a lot of people coming and asking about Nifty. Again, you see 19th, we've captured everything. Sorry, what was the point? What's the point? Fails completely in sideways market. Yes, like I've mentioned, Nifty needs some work, guys. Yeah, it definitely does. And like you can probably see, I've been honestly been able to display it, and I've been talking. So this is not the strategy that's been made available. So you see the strategy that we made available is Bank Nifty strategy, and it's been by the name itself, it's been called out for Bank Nifty. We have not made Nifty strategies available to anyone. That's not the strategy that we're going live with. Nifty strategy is something that I need to work and further improve. So don't worry about Nifty as such, but yeah, definitely there would be something out for Nifty for sure. Something out for Nifty for sure, and something would be out for stock futures as well. So that's something that I need to do. Do you have backtest for Bank Nifty? Sorry, did you just join Ojas? Is that Ojas you? Have you just joined now? Because we've just backtested the whole Bank Nifty for whole month. We've just backtested the Bank Nifty for a month, whole month of July. We've done that live with everyone. So you can probably check that when we release the video out. You can probably check. Yeah, definitely we'll be sharing the recording. So you will be able to check that once the recording is out. We backtested the Bank Nifty for a whole month, and with amazing outcome, man, amazing outcome. So yeah, so you can backtest it. Have you tested it for years? So if you see 1 minute time frame, you can only go as back as 66 days. So you cannot go back more than 66 days in TradingView for 1 minute. So you can only backtest it as far as 66 days. That is about good 3 months of 3 months of trading time. We've backtested live for 1 month right in front of everyone. I would leave that to the people who would want to subscribe it and had a trial version for a very long time to backtest it for a wider time as well. We have not done any automation backtesting because the TradingView automation backtesting sucks. It does gives very distorted results, and we've tried it, but we came out pretty unhappy with it. So we're not going to rely that much on TradingView automation testing, automation test results, but just 1 month of visual testing which was done live. Why are so many sales signals failing? Which one? Whereas buy are the good ones? Okay, cool. Now you can share the ones which you feel as if have got a lot of trouble, Ojas, and we can have a look at those and review those. Definitely would be keen to learn if there is any improvements or refinements we can do. Yeah. We've captured but 1 year time you would have learned so much. Great. Yes, I definitely have. Yeah, definitely. When we started the strategy, like when I first kind of made this one and then Dhaval started coding it, you can imagine the amount of signals we could have had in 1 minute. On a given day, we were getting about 15, 20, 30 signals as well. And bringing them down to 2 or 3 signals or roughly about 4 signals, what a challenge. And that's what we've kind of really met in the last couple of months. And as you would imagine, we are not full-time traders either, so we don't spend that much of time doing this all the time. But for whatever time we have spent, we believe that what we've got is working. What we've got does produce profitable outcome. I would not comment upon how much. Quantifying it would be deceiving. But looking at just what you see here and what others have seen and have tested and back tested it, it definitely produces good outcome. Yeah. But if you got particular questions or particular backtest, I don't know if you backtested this or not yourself. Did you have a trial version? But if you not, then give it a go and just share the feedback, man. We would love to learn and understand, at least refine those signals as much as we can. Together, just me and Dhaval could only do so much. Okay. Any questions? Does it work in the choppy market? Do you have any particular day you would want us to look at? Any day that you would have had in Marines last 2-3 days? Yes, I think we've tested for last. This was 28th. If you can see my screen, 28th we made 550 to about 400 points here, and then good 150 points here, about good 600 points and plus some more. 28, we've done that. Of the month that we've tested, please refine the signals. Absolutely, man. Would love to. Yeah, absolutely. We would definitely look into the signals. I do work on a lot of signals that I find as noise, but at times what so happens is just being able to refine 1 or 2 bad signals. We end up screwing up some of the good signals as well. So I would rather leave them for a risk management. So I would leave that for a small SL to be hunted about 30-40 points, but and then probably concentrate more on the signal that gives us 200, 400, 500 points, and we've got a few of those this month already. But yeah, definitely that will be our focus. As our plans moving forward is to move this to Algo, at least for our internal consumption. I don't know how much commercially we will make that available in the recent times. We would have to make sure that this is up to the mark, and we have got well-defined risk management and back-tested result in hand to be able to launch this further. Thanks for this. Appreciate it, man. Okay, guys, I'm just going to quickly show you. We have spent considerable time just going through this. I'm just quickly going to show you what is our next version of strategy looks like. If it kind of falls apart, don't get freaked out. I might freak out myself because this is something that Dhaval just coded and made it available to me a couple of hours before. Really amazing. We've got some excellent features in it, but as you would expect, this has been done now. There could be some surprises here. Yes, look at this. I'm just going to quickly go and hide volume. So look at this. This is what we've started capturing just to make life much more simpler. Is it better? Is my voice better? Okay. So this is one of our recent change, which has just been introduced. So we started capturing the data in a chart, which is much more readable, and it tells you when the trade came up, when the signal came up, and what is the target, what is the SL. And the target we currently keeping it as 1:2, which can be refined and which we'll try and make it based upon user input. So you can go and put your own risk appetite and play in terms of your risk management and define 1:2, 1:3, 1:1, whatever you feel comfortable with and trade. At the same time, you can see some arrows here, like you can see these arrows. It's some of these which is just getting overwritten. These arrows are indicating the targets was met. So whenever a trade got initiated based upon our logic currently, which is 1:2, you can see the trade 1:2 target was met. And you can see that all over the place. See this one. So we've initiated, targets met, the sale still continues. It still asks you to short again. So even after meeting 1:2, it will again it will give you another opportunity to enter the trade. So you're booking 1:2 here, 1:2 here, 1:2 here. And you just continue to do that. So look at that. How many times on a given day you would be able to make 1:2? And all of that is just work in progress. So this is the next version for us that we would want to make available. We will be making some further changes to this. There are further plans that we've got to make sure that signal becomes more and more readable, and the decision for trades initiation becomes much more easier, and there is less of interventions that you guys have to put in through. You don't have to really kind of put your cursor on the candle to see what is the high and low and where should my SL be. This chart at the bottom, which I was just showing you now, would make it possible for you guys to see where you need to put your SL and you can trade. I'm a futures trader. Honestly, I don't trade options, and you would have seen it from my screenshots as well, which I make available as and when possible. I don't. So I go with the labels by the one which I see from the candle low and candle high perspective. You might have to do a little bit of your own homework in terms of option prices and your stop losses if you're an option trader. There is a way. I would probably take another workshop for the people who subscribe and start using it. I can tell you how to put your SL in SL into the option prices as well. So that would simplify some of that. But at the moment, as I'm a future trader and as this was done for our own use only to start with, we are concentrating on future charts and the levels of future. So this is pretty much from our next version of script that would be out pretty soon. One of the other things I would want to show you, something that also we've done that I kind of use quite often. This is our low and high strategy. Like I said, we've got multiple strategies in play. Look at this beauty. Who would tell you that market would reverse from this candle 10:45? Some of the people who've been in the channel for a while would have seen this being posted. So this helps me to do at times contra trade, or at least book my trade at the lowest point possible. Look at this. We've had the reversal here, and that was a level that we marked ourselves again, which was absolutely beauty. And let's see how market is reacting to that level. Look at this here. Look at this here. Look at this trade. This is again one of our many strategies that is in our play, that's in our tray. Look at this. Who would tell you that we are expecting a reversal in this market, and this was a price level that I marked a while back. I knew that there is a likelihood of a reversal. It went to the price that shown a good resistance, and there you see the fall. Look at this. Look at this. This was a trading call I initiated in the Telegram channel just on Friday when I went and said long call and go and buy. Look at this. This is exactly why I did. So it came to my price. I had my indication. This is part of our strategy. It came right at the important price. And look at this. We've captured it here, right here. This is exactly what I told you guys the other day to trade as well. And if you short here, off you go. So this is another strategy. So as I've mentioned, multiple strategies in our tray. We're focusing on buy and sell to make it more commercialized and get it available sooner. But these are the strategies would be made, which would continue to focus and work on and make that available. Again, 1 minute time frame. Look at the beauty. Like I think Ojas, you were just asking sideways or choppy market. In 29 was a perfect example. So look at this strategy. 3 signals, all profitable. Look at this, 28. Different strategy. Don't get confused. This is not available as of yet. We will not be sending this out for commercial usage or any subscription. This needs more work. There are a lot of noises that we need to work on, but definitely I know how to use it because I know what it does. Look at this, 27th, right at the top at important price. It told me to short the market. You see the outcome right at the top. Look at this. Don't you think 1 minute is quite difficult to trade? Not to me. Not to me. I know it could be. A lot of people prefer 15 minutes. A lot of people prefer 30 minutes, 5 minutes. It's personal choice. To me, 1 minute is way too long at times as well. I prefer 1 minute for there are reasons for it. I prefer 1 minute because we get a very decent risk to reward ratio. Because I'm trading on SL of candle low and candle high. The 1 minute candles not that it's always true, but 1 minute candles at times are not that huge. Look at this signal. Look at this signal. I'm just kind of scrolling randomly to show you how a strategy performs. Look at this. This is one of our other strategy. Look at this. Right at the bottom and you capture. Right at the bottom you capture. So yeah, 1 minute for me works perfectly fine. The strategy does work well on 3 minutes as well for people to use if they are convenient to use 3 minutes. I have people have back tested this for 5 minutes as well and have come up with some positive results. But for me, I've created this for 1 minute, and the sole reason for that is just because of better risk to reward ratio. It is not for scalping. So people who might think that we can use this strategy only for scalping since it's 1 minute time frame, I've proven today that it is exactly not the case. You can use it for whichever trading style you practice. There's one of the other strategy. I'll show you another one very quickly. Just scrolling through some of the strategies that we have got in progress. So this one is another one. Look at this, look at this, look at this. This one's mainly for scalping, but yeah, I just wanted to create something out for scalpers as well, but haven't had a lot of time to just mature this one. So I'm just going to pretty much park this, but just demonstrating that we've got a lot of strategies that we're working on. Look at this one, look at this one, reversal, look at this, look at that. A choppy market, sideways market. Look at this. At the top, this was day high. We asked to short, day low. We said go long. This is where the market kind of shown some weakness. So yeah, so something would be out for scalpers as well soon. So I've got that in my train. I definitely want to create something for scalper. And but definitely that's for future. So, but for now, buy and sell is the strategy we're really out for. We've been focusing on it, and we feel that it's good and matured enough to be out commercially. That's the whole intention. So I've kind of got few strategies in tray, and we're working on it. One second, let me fix up my noise a little bit. Apologies, guys. I am sitting in the family room, so there is a bit of noise all over the place. Okay, just moving to the last part. I know I've been holding you guys for very too long. So I'm just quickly going to show you the subscription plan, and then I would make this available in the channel as well for people to read, and along with the video recording from today for people to be able to go and listen to this in their own time. And So it's kind of, so we can finish up the session and probably have more questions. Are you profitable? Yes, please check my last 3 weeks trading logs, Ojas. If anyone else is using this, it has been made available to a lot of people. I can't even count how many now, on trial basis, on time to time basis. Yes, it definitely is made available to all our family members and friends, because this was done for a while, and then now it has been trialed by a lot of members who've been part of the channel. So yes, I am definitely profitable, Ojas, and definitely a lot of people have used it. Okay, let's move on. Can you guys see the presentation?
No.
Okay, so I need to change. Just give me a sec. I need to change my sharing. Perfect. And now? Perfect. Thank you. Thanks for confirming. Okay. Cool. This is the plan. This is the initial plan that we've got in place. So what we're going to start with is 1 week, which would only be made available once per user, and we're going to charge 500 rupees for it, so that people can trial and get more confidence and trial it the way that they want to. They can back test it, forward test it, live test it, with minimum charges in place, which you would have understood and figured out that you can recover by just single trade, or even much multiple folds in that. And so 1 month we're putting a very small price of 199, 999 for a month. 3 months 5,000 rupees, and then 6 months 9,000 rupees, 12 months 15,000 rupees. I've put in the bank account details as well. That's my account, and with the further details that you would probably need. Can you guys see the plan? Hi, I've just been now. Can you? Perfect. I would not play that in a presentation mode, so that's easier. Don't worry, this would be made available in the channel so that people can see it. This would be inclusive of any version upgrade that we might do in the times that you have the subscription on. So if we are going to release another version, we would make sure that this price is inclusive of it. We are not going to go and pump up the price just because we've added more features, and the features would be making the trading decisions easier for you to be able to look at the SL, look at the trailing. One of the features that I didn't demo today, but one of the features that Dhaval's already working on is to be able to do auto trailing. We've had a quick demo this afternoon. Both of us sat together and had a look, and that looks really amazing. So yes, even such kind of features, which when made available, would be inclusive or would be included in this price. And then obviously when we launch other strategies like high and low, which you've recently seen, and the ones which is for scalpers, and the one which I've just briefly touched based upon, the 5 months outcome is about roughly 20,000 Nifty points. The people who are subscribers definitely will get those strategies to trial for free, as like we always do. So you would have a lot of added benefits that comes along with the cost. But needless to say, even if you're not subscribing, that's perfectly fine. I just hope and assume that all what we have discussed and have gone through is helpful, and it adds value to you and your journey. And what we will be doing is that we would still be running few training sessions in the future. I've got a lot of people that have partnered with me who are booming trainers, and I would also want to give them some opportunities to run some free sessions for this community, so you get to learn irrespective. We would be focusing on support resistance, how to draw some good labels like I always do. I would be taking a session in a few weeks time just to share those details, because at times those are important. Some basic price actions, candlestick patterns and stuff like that. So we will be spending some time training together, learning together, interactive ones. You guys get to share your experiences, your learnings. So we'll grow as a community for sure, as a family together. But just from buy and sale strategy perspective, the one which we back tested for a month, which you guys have had it available as well for trial basis. I've posted multiple requests, multiple options for people to reach out to me to ask for a trial version. This is a subscription plan that a lot of people have been waiting and asking for. Cool. Uma, I have got no PhonePe, man. I don't think PhonePe works in New Zealand. I can try and figure out. Umar, can we discuss this offline? Is that okay? Can you reach out to me on Telegram after the session and we can discuss this offline, man? Cool. I would post this in the channel as well. So you don't really have to remember this. You don't have to get too worried about it. You have a lot of time to think about it. There's no rush. We've had this strategy for more than 10 months, if not 11. And we have been enjoying the benefits of it. And I hope this adds value to your journey, your experience, make life simpler. Being a trader is never easy. And especially in the times we've had seen a lot of ups and downs, a lot of people losing jobs, a lot of people just turning their ways to be a trader just to make money and sustain. And our intention is to add value and make their life easier. That's exactly what we're really after. So that's exactly where we're coming from. Cool. Are there any questions? Perfect. Apologies, because of my headphones, I could not hear a lot of people talking, and that's just a fault at my end. But I don't see. I think just posted charges are too high. Yes, if you think that way, buddy, I can't really comment about it. That's just something that I felt is worth enough for the strategy that we are providing. We have to give some respect to the what kind of output it produces, really. But nevertheless, it's up to the individuals. No pressure here for whatever we've done so far. It is with best of intentions, and we would continue to work on this plan and this journey as we move forward as well. Cool. Considering I can't hear much, so I don't know what if at all someone's talking, but and there are no questions or burning questions in the chat group as well. I am thinking of closing off this workshop with a positive note that this has been absolutely a fantastic journey, guys. Thank you so much for your time and patience and the support that you guys have shown. And I truly wish you guys a lot of luck. I really want to see you guys sustaining and becoming profitable if you're already not. And if you are already, then keep on doing what you're doing. This like I've always said from the beginning, this is my second workshop with this is a community, and I've always said this is not a holy grail. There's nothing can be holy grail. This is just one of the many weapons you can have, which you have to make use of. It will not play your tunes. You just have to kind of make it work for yourself. It is just one of the many things that can make your trading journey and the experience easier. That's the whole intention. And that's the best we can really hope for. Cool, guys. I'm gonna call off, and I would look forward for your feedback in the Telegram channel. If there are any questions, reach out to me, and between me and Dhaval, we will try and take those questions on board. If there are any feedback in terms of technicalities, in terms of lagging signals, not good signals, or any such things, please feel free to say it, because we are here to learn as well, and we are here to improve as we go on to this journey. Thank you so much your time. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we will stay in touch through our channel. Appreciate it, guys. Cheers.